1, 2. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the pre-match build-up for Manchester United versus, is it PAOK or PAOK? How do you say it, Chiver?
No idea.
No
I think
idea.
PAOK. Yeah.
Does that not long it out, or do you think PAOK? PAOK.
I'm not sure. I don't think they call themselves.
PAOK? No, it doesn't sound right. That does it? It sounds more like a fish that you'd catch in a canal.
Yeah.
A PAOK.
Yeah, like a PAOK. Yeah.
Yeah, just call it PAOK.
Female. Yeah, a female pike. Is a
female PAOK. yeah, female PAOK. Anyway, yeah. So we're playing PAOK tonight. Should be relatively easy on paper, as we always say with this team. But there's the bingo card gone already. You can scribble that one off on paper. The teams are out, Chiv. I don't know. Have you seen them yet, or is this your first time reacting to it?
I literally just tried to pull it up now and I couldn't find it. So yeah, please.
Okay. Well, we go forth. So we have Onana in net, expected. Lindelof, Dalot, Evans, and fucking hell, I can't even speak. Lindelof and Evans at the back as a partnership.
Okay.
Yeah. Mazraoui at left back. You've got. Then you've got, I think it's at left back. It could be either way. We don't know. Ugarte, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. And then it's Ahmad, Højlund, and Garnacho in the front three. That's what
you're missing one defender.
Who?
Did you say
Dalot, Lindelof,
right.
Evans, and Mazraoui, yeah. But I suppose something I think we spoke about last time when we was doing the pre-match build-up. Ahmad starting on the right, finally getting some minutes because we've both kind of been pushing for that a little bit, haven't we? So it's nice to see him in the team.
Did you say Garnacho as well? Rashford's not there. So good. I mean, I think it's about time. I think it's about time we spoke about this, like you said last time. I don't think anyone's really thrilled with the Garnacho, Rashford, and Højlund sort of thing. So I think, I want to, I like to see a little bit of something different now because with Ruud, everyone likes him, but then it was kind of like shades of Ten Hag, with the lineup and all that. So. Yeah, I don't know if he's being brave, if he's resting players for Leicester. I'm not sure, but I'm happy to see Ahmad's in there. At the very least, I mean, it gives him, he can then perform well, and then put himself in contention for Sunday. So at the very least, well, yeah, it's good to see some change.
Did you see the stuff with Garnacho outside the stadium? By the way,
no,
not seen it. So there's a content creator who used to be on the United stand, and I can't fucking stand him. I really cannot stand it. Ironically, United stand. Called Planet Faz, basically. And he's gone to a United game. He stood there, and do you know when all the players walk in? To the stadium, he stood there on an Instagram live, basically, and whilst Garnacho's signing merch and stuff like that, he's basically calling him shit and saying that, make sure your first touch is good today, and make sure you do this and do that. Well, he's literally stood from like here to here. And Garnacho's like, biting his tongue a little bit. And then after it, he says, "Oh, are you playing tonight, bro?" "No, didn't think so." And then he walks off. So he gives a bit back. But it's just like, I see things like that outside. Like, what are you doing, man? What, like, do you know when you see it in your fan, it's almost like you're embarrassed that he's a United fan, that he's a part of a collective. It's just fucking shocking behaviour. Shocking behaviour.
So when was that? That was today?
That was, so they usually get to the stadium a couple hours before, don't they?
Yeah.
So it was literally a few hours ago. I didn't know if you'd seen it.
I don't know. There's a difference between when a player. I mean, there's a difference with player like who's just shit, and then a player who's off form, right? And we know what Garnacho's. We know what he's capable of doing. He's not everyone's cup of tea. That's fine, but he had a bad game. So what? He's 19. He's going to learn from it. Like, I don't know. Just things like that really piss me off. I don't know. I just feel like it's uncalled for. It's really
embarrassing.
And what are you?
It is.
You're supposed to be a supporter. Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, Man United supporter. You're supposed to be. That's
in the title.
Exactly. So like, support your players. Like, there's criticism and then there's abuse and then there's just harassment.
Yeah. Fucking embarrassing, man. Honestly, really embarrassing. I don't know if anyone else who's just joined and seen that clip as well, but people like that in the fan base, I just feel like, just fucking get rid of me, honestly. It's just, I don't even want to be associated with those kind of guys. Like, I could never fucking dream Obviously, I've been outside Old Trafford. I've filmed content and stuff before. I could never dream of being on an Instagram live and putting it right in front of his face and going, "Make sure you touch his fucking good today. Make sure you do this." Like, what are you doing, man? He's out there signing stuff for like kids, and you know what I mean.
Was it like done in like? Was it like insulting? You know,
no, it wasn't like aggressive, but it was like a cocky. It was like, "Oh, make sure you first touch his good today. Make sure you don't do this. Make sure you don't do that."
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, fucking, annoyed. Anyway, this isn't a fucking Planet Faz show. We're going through the starting lineup, but I just thought I'd mention that situation. We've got Disco Stu in the chat, which is one of my favourite names, saying Hoyland could do with a couple of goals tonight. And we've got Dino Lewis saying 5-2 win. I fancy Ugarte to score his first goal. Yeah, let's discuss the Ugarte in the midfield. What have you made of Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno together? Do you like it?
Yeah, I think there's signs of. I mean, it's not really taking anyone by storm just yet, but it seems assured. It's like an assured midfield. It's one that I can see building under like a new manager. When a new manager comes in, I can see that sort of being like something that we can build on. Right now, he has a role to play, and he's playing it at the moment. He can do a lot better, yes, definitely. But then, I think it's one to look forward to. I'm not mad at that at all, and I think they have a good chemistry. Now, and I've seen a lot of people. Anyway, we'll talk about that separately. But on Ugarte, I think I like the idea of him and Casemiro, and I think it's something that they can build some sort of partnership there. There's youth, and then there's experience, and put that together.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. Yeah.
I like it. I don't know. I thought the Chelsea game I was a little bit. In terms of on the ball, I thought Ugarte, he was giving it away quite a bit, like 2 or 3 times. But then he would get it in the middle and switch play to Rashford like seamlessly. And you're like, there's no in between with this guy. It's either like really good passes or he's just giving away a few shockers. And I get it.
You know what it is? Yeah. You know, it's for me. It's like I've written everything off, and I want to see them under the new manager. And I think for now, I'm not too concerned about performance. I just want results. Until Amorim comes in, I just want results. Just keep us afloat until Amorim comes in, and then I can now pass judgment. Like because everyone's been terrible so far everyone's been really, really bad. So I'm going to wait till the new manager comes in, and then implement his style of play. We can then judge players and see them for what they really are, because it's really hard to judge players under this manager or under the previous manager as well, because obviously it was a playing style that like didn't really exploit some of their strengths, put them in positions where it was kind of that it was exposing them. They were kind of always getting compromised, that sort of thing. So Ugarte, I understand, he hasn't really taken he hasn't really taken the game by storm, but I'm patient. I'm being patient.
Yeah, we'll see. It feels like it's going to be a slow burner, and obviously, I'm sure he's buzzing with Amorim coming in because he played his best football under Ruben Amorim. So I think regardless, whichever way you look at it, if it will be a slow burn, I think he will become a mainstay in that team in Amorim's new system. So we'll just have to bide patience with him. I actually liked Bruno and Casemiro's performances recently, and I've been one of their biggest critics this season. If anyone's watched like the pros and cons I do have to gate, I'm always them two, like the players. I'm like, we need more from you, man. I'm not saying that they're performing world-class levels, but I'm just saying they've been a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better. There's something to look forward to with them. Like there's a bit of hope there. You can see a spark coming through. You're starting to see shades of like the old Bruno in far more offensive areas than before. So yeah, I get that.
With Bruno, do you know, obviously when he first came in, he had that season, didn't he? Like 18 goals, 12 assists. Why do you think that's changed? Because his output has significantly dropped, hasn't it?
Freedom. That's what I think. I think when he came in, he had license. I think was it Oli? It was Oli. I think he got freedom. I think he got freedom to express himself on the Oli. And with Ten Hag, the first season it was all right, but then when we went into this new system, it was so restrictive. This is just how I feel about it, because soon as Ten Hag left and Van Nistelrooy was coming, like they looked just free. They kind of looked like there wasn't too much, there weren't too many instructions. Like I think sometimes you just have to let players just play, and I think he's just playing now. That's what I think. I think it's just freedom. Like kind of had that free role, and he could kind of do what he did. And then when he plays for Portugal, he's kind of there's not that much responsibility on him. He's almost a second striker when he plays for Portugal. If you watch, he's always at the end of the ball. He's not the one trying to pass the ball. There's Bernardo. They've got Bernardo Silva. They've got the guy at PSG. I forgot his name already. Who's the guy at PSG?
The striker.
The Portuguese midfielder.
Oh, Vitinho.
Him, exactly.
Top player.
So yeah, so Bruno, exactly. Bruno doesn't have those responsibilities. He's always at the end of it. I was like the second ball. Yeah. So I think it's something to do with that.
Something I've pushed is I remember when he first came in. So the tactics under Rolle, if you can remember, the issue was you had McFred, didn't you? Or you had the back line, and then you had the front four, but there was such a big gap in between them that would always kill us. So we would try to soak up pressure and hit on the counter attack, but when we didn't have the ball, it was just like such a big gap that we'd. But when Bruno got it in a certain area, it could be effective. And that's where he's best. And I want to see that from him. I don't want to see him, like, you've said it loads of times, just kind of scattered, like almost doing a Fred roll. Do you know what I mean? That's what it felt like, just legs in there and just headless chasing people. And I hate seeing that from him because when he's in the effective areas, like what Odegaard does and what De Bruyne does, he can play that killer pass. He's more than capable. He's like super creative. But I don't know if it's him who hasn't got the discipline or he's being told by so-and-so manager, I want you chasing these, doing this, doing that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like an individual thing or...
I think it's a combination of both. And I think probably, I'm not really good with stats, but I'm going to guess and say as soon as he got the captain's armband, things started to kind of tank a little bit.
I agree.
Because then that extra responsibility comes through.
Yeah.
So anyone can fact check, and I'm more than happy to be wrong on this one. But I think it kind of, I think it kind of coincided with that because as soon as he became the captain, then we see Bruno chasing the ball, going all the way back, trying to pick the ball up from deep and bring it up. Just go forward, just be at the end of the ball because he's one of the only instinctive players that I like. Because sometimes when you're in that sort of killer position where it's either a shot or a pass, like Bruno is one of those people that he just does. And he's able to just, some people just do. They don't think too much, just do. And it's either like his first goal. I remember his first goal. I think it was against Everton. When he gets the ball, just turns around the space, he just takes a shot and he's in. That's Bruno.
Yeah.
That's him.
Do you think, sorry to think here, do you think a lot of the game now, I feel like there's coaches that are stopping players from shooting from far out?
That's what I'm saying.
It seems to be a lot of that.
Yeah. And apart from shooting from far out, it's like Evra made a similar reference to this. It's like you're stopping it, like players are becoming robots now. And there's so many instructions of things that you need to do as a player that you're really stopping your instinct. So like when another good example was when Cavani was here. There was a goal, there were a few times, there's one goal with him, Pogba and Cavani combined. And that was just classic Bruno where Pogba lays it off. Bruno, without even thinking, knows where Cavani is. Literally, just takes the ball over to Cavani, and he's like, "That's Bruno." There's not too much. Oh, get the ball. All right, watch. No, just be in that middle there. Just give him that freedom. And I'm not Bruno's biggest fan. Just in case anyone's wondering, I'm not his biggest fan. But I think I just understand the type of player he is. And it's one of those people that when he has too much responsibilities, too much instructions. It's kind of like a conflict up there. And then he's like, so then I think he just needs more freedom. I think probably he might get that with Amorim. I don't know. But I like what I saw against Leicester.
Yeah.
Was it Leicester?
Not even Chelsea as well. He was okay. I thought that's what I'm saying. Like there's been a string of performances where I'm like, right, I can finally see him getting back to the levels. But I don't know, maybe it has something to do with Ugarte being in there. You've got legs, a bit more legs. I felt like the midfield was a bit more stretched when you're playing. I like Eriksen. I do really like Eriksen, but Casemiro's doing a lot of the work in there, especially when Bruno's up the pitch. So maybe that has an effect. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's interesting to see where Bruno fits in Amorim's system. Because I don't know if he's going to play as a deeper midfielder, because he usually plays two, doesn't he? If it's like a 3-4-2-1. You saw against City, he had Trincao, and I can't remember the other. I think was it Goncalves, I think, on the left side.
Yeah,
and then
it was Trincao, Goncalves, and I well, judging by where Bruno plays for Portugal, I think he'll be one of those roaming tens.
Yeah.
One of the two players behind the striker.
So.
That's what I think. I'm no expert, but I think that's where he'll fit in.
Yeah. We'll dive into a bit more of the team, not discuss the defence yet, and obviously the actual game itself and ramifications. But there's some interesting comments. Amnol Poodle says 1:45 here in Nepal, but still waking up to see my team. That's the kind of dedication that we love to see. So big up, Amnol. UTFR makes a great point as well. He says no English players in that 11. When did that last happen? Very interesting, isn't it?
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. No English players in the team there. I mean, we've got on our bench, we've got, let me have a look. We've got Martinez, Bayindir, Xerxes, Heaton, Anthony, Eriksson, Fitzgerald, Wheatley, Rashford, Amas, Mount, De Ligt. Mount's only just come back from injury, so in reality, the only player that can come on will be Marcus Rashford. And if he doesn't, I would go as far to say it's probably the first game. Not like it bothers me too much. It's not really arse as long as we win.
Yeah. It's just very interesting.
It's bizarre, isn't it? For like a team like United, who's always the best English players, and you're looking at it now, and you're like, it's not an English player that's got in the team. So I think.
I was thinking about this the other day. Have you noticed how many of our players have dropped out of that international team?
Oh, it's shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking.
It's bad. Like Casemiro, Anthony, Rashford. When Sancho was here, Sancho dropped out. Maguire was just because he has this relationship with Southgate. I don't think he necessarily earned it. Sure, for sure. But then loads of them.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I was listening to we are going to discuss the game in a minute, but I was listening to Nicky Butt on Talk Sport the other day, and he was saying not one of those players should be safe. There isn't one world-class player. There isn't one standout player. It's just that's the level they're at the minute. So we are miles behind in that respect. And I even look at that team, I'm like, there's some good players in there, but there's way too many inconsistencies, even with our best. But I think Mazraoui and Onana, really out of them, has been the most consistent.
Jesus. Yeah.
They have, haven't they, though?
I mean, just hearing you say that out loud, it's just, that's insane.
Reality, innit? The reality of the situation, unfortunately. In the back line, though, however, we do have Evans and Lindelof. He never worried, are you, when Evans comes into the team? It's like he just does a job in it. Fuck it, Maldini Evans. No worries with you at all there?
He has exceeded our expectations by far. By a mile. Honestly, like it's crazy. It's almost shocking the way he's actually done. Because to think that he was on the verge of he was literally written off. He wasn't a factor to me. When he came back in, I was just like, just he had to train with the guys, Then he signed. I was like, he's just going to be there. But we're probably never going to see him. And he's come in and he's performed. Like he's pinging balls with his left foot. He had an assist.
That Bruno was crazy, wasn't it?
With his left foot, that was outrageous. Man. I'm so happy that he's fielding for us.
Would you go as far to say he was one of Ten Hag's best signings?
It's not bizarre to think. It's not bizarre to think that.
You could class him though. Think of all the money you spent.
It's possible. I can't really think of all the players in my head right now who he's signed.
I can, and I'm telling you, he's one of the better ones.
It's not bizarre to think that, to be honest. Like he's actually. I mean, if you're going to think about the expectations he had when we signed him and how he's performed, then yes, absolutely. Because we've signed players with expectations that high, and they haven't literally even left the floor. So the argument can be made that yes, he is definitely one of Ten Hag's best signings.
I remember how ridiculed that was as well when it first happened, when he found out. I don't get people for having the concerns, because you hear when the player's training with the team and he's looking for a club. He's not even got a club at the minute. He's just trying to get his fitness up. And then you hear that, Ten Hag's had a look at him and he fancies him. And he's like, he can play a couple of games for us. Ends up playing 30 games, I think it was last season, and was probably our only fit centre-back towards the end of the season, wasn't it? Because it was Casemiro at centre-back alongside Evans as well. And I look at his performance a couple of weeks ago against Aston Villa, and he was unbelievable. Man of the match. Like he was, so.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy because he doesn't really look old. Like he doesn't have that.
No, he doesn't.
He still looks like John Evans. From when he came through with PK. Like that's how I still see him, and it's just weird.
Well, he's playing like that as well, so it's very fitting, isn't it? Very fitting. in terms of Evans and Lindelof, I'm not sure how many games they've played together. I don't know if that'd be a concern. To be honest, I don't know who PAOK have up top, so that was Scooby Doo. But that's maybe something to keep an eye on. But I mean, that experience that you've got in there, and in Lindelof still played a lot of games, so you'd expect them to kind of deal with what any kind of.
I would hope.
Their way.
Yeah, I would hope they get some kind of cover from the midfield, because that's really important about like central defenders. Like, I know a lot of us like rate, the way we see defenders. It doesn't matter what defensive partnership you have. If you don't have a midfield and you leave them exposed, they're going to get battered. So in this sort of situation, I just hope that they get some cover. I hope there's other, like defenders coming in, indenting and stuff like that. Yeah, I just hope they get protection. Without protection, I think they'll be rubbish. But
yeah, agreed.
Right,
I'm gonna quickly switch screens and just go back to the regular one, and then we can talk about a couple of other things. I want to go back to the Fenerbahce game, because I think you was on the post-match review for that, right? When we did it. You probably can't remember, can you?
I think so. I can't
remember. No, I didn't think so. I'm pretty sure it was. It was you and Salmon, and I think I joined late because I think I was at work at the time.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I do remember.
So obviously you were discussing the game and stuff. What, if you can remember, what went wrong in that, or what disappointed you the most when we went there? Because it had that feeling even before the game kicked off, didn't it?
It did. But it was one of those ones where I remember hoping that we could kind of steal something from that. Like, yes, it's Jose, yes, it's Turkey, but then I thought, come on, like it's like we need a result here, and I thought it was one we could kind of run away with, but no. And I think what was so shocking was that Fenerbahce weren't even that good as well.
Like, they were kind of the second half, they were the better team, I thought.
Yeah. No, but they were better than us, but it doesn't mean like they were amazing. They were
But this
is just better than us.
I know you said the Jose narrative and Fenerbahce and stuff, but they're still fourth in the Turkish league. You know what I mean? They've not had the best start. Jose isn't pulling the trees there. And you look at how we conceded the goal. Dalot, like, not pushing onto his man, allowing the crossing, and then that striker, El Nesri.
Whatever his name is. Yeah, I was so pissed. Of course, like, he scored against us at Sevilla.
Yeah, I remember.
So it was one of those ones where you could kind of see it happening when the game was going on. Like, he was really itching for a goal, and I kind of went in, and I don't know. I think at that time I was already disillusioned with the whole thing. Yeah, and I was numb. I was literally numb when I was watching that game. So
I think Europe in general this season it's been proper underwhelming on it.
It's been underwhelming. Well, it's been shocking. Well, to some, it's been a year of the underdogs. To be fair, like we've seen quite a few results, but I don't know how you feel about the new format. It's a bit weird.
A lot of people have said that. I was having a conversation with my mate the other day because he said the same thing. He was like, I don't like it. That's what my mate said.
I don't.
And I said, I like certain things about it, because the way he explained it to me, he said, I think you're not playing as good competition, or it's a bit all over the place. And I was like, I disagree, because I think if you look at Madrid's fixtures and Liverpool's fixtures in the Champions League, let's say, for example, the teams they played already, like your Inter Milans, and like they played big games, and that's been 3 of them. Usually in a group stage, you'll have like 2 good teams, and then there'll be, Sparta Prague or something like that. So there's more competitions, but then there's the argument for, well, you only played one team. You had all the Arsenal fans moaning about Inter Milan because they wanted to play Inter Milan back at the Emirates because they think they'd have an opportunity, but you only get one fixture against them, don't you? So I'm not saying they're justified by thinking that, but I'm saying there's a lot of...
Oh, wait, hold on. So there's no home and away?
No. So you play 8 teams, let's say, for example.
Yeah.
You'll play Madrid at the Bernabeu, or you'll play Lille at Old Trafford, and then you'll play Milan at the San Siro, and then,
Oh, shit.
That's how it works, basically.
Right.
But the way I heard it described to me, on the last day sounds exciting. So, like, the Premier League, when it's the 38th match, and you've got everyone playing at the same time, you don't know who's going to go up, you don't know who's going to go down. That's what you're going to get with that as well. So there's an element of excitement with that.
On the last day of the group stages.
So, yeah, the league. So it goes into a league, and then it goes into a knockout, doesn't it?
Into playoffs and stuff, yeah. So so the last day of the league.
The league.
Format, yeah. So everyone's okay. I get it. Yeah, I can see that. I can see. Yeah.
But what are your concerns with it? What's are you not unsure about? Like what?
I still don't really know how the thing works. And
you're not the only one, mate.
I still don't know how it works. I'm just going with the flow. I thought it was going to be like a home and away thing. They say you play. I don't know. It just feels different. Like I used to like the tournament style feel about it. Although if we're doing that, we probably would have been out of the group stage.
I know. I was just thinking the exact same. I was literally just going to say the exact same thing then. I was like, it's a good job it's not, because we'd be fucking bottom of the group going into this game against fucking PAOK thinking, I hope we can get 3 points, otherwise we're going to go out.
Nick, I take everything back. Yeah, I love this new format.
Yeah. We're going to win it. I mean, obviously, you have the added element as well, don't you, that the teams from Champions League can't drop down into the Europa League. Yeah. So the teams, like in terms of the best teams in Europa League at the minute are Spurs, Roma, Galatasaray, maybe.
Roma aren't even that good. No, they're not that good. I watched them the other day. Like, they're all right.
Mid.
They're not
very mid.
We should an average Man United team.
Yeah. That team in terms of quality is probably the best in the Europa League, isn't it? United.
100%. Yes.
So you should be winning that. Yeah.
An average United team should be getting to, if there's a final, we should be getting to the average.
Absolutely. Agreed. Right, let me go quickly over to the comments. Jay McGrogan, evening, Nick, Chivy, you guys well? I can't speak for Chivy, but I'm good.
All good. I'm good.
Yeah, good stuff. David Harrington saying, for now, ask us after the game and it might not be a similar answer. David Harrington saying, everyone's acting like this is a gimme. Was it last year Villa got destroyed by Olympiacos and these lads won that league? We have to be at it, otherwise it's another potential banana skin. Look, we're not being fooled by any notion. We watched the FC20 game. We watched the Porto game. We watched Fenerbahce. We know. We're not getting hopes up. But the one thing I will say in reply to that is the Chelsea game and the Leicester game was a bit better. I'm not saying like by a large scale, but it was a little bit better. I think the majority of people going into that Chelsea game thought we was probably going to it was going to be a 3-0 or a 3-1.
Yeah. I mean, it's really difficult for as a Man United fan now, because like I know what we are now, but my expectations of Man United is still I can't help it. I still have those expectations, even though I know what we are. Like I know my level. I know I'm not that good, but I always still expect. I mean, at the very least, like how far do standards have to drop that we can't be confident going in against PAOK?
It's mad, isn't it?
Or PAOK. I mean, we don't even know what the pronunciation is.
Yeah. We only know one player on there as well because he played for United in Shola Shorty, or as Dan would call him, Shorty.
Is he there?
Yeah, Shola Shorty. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So that's the only player I knew. The rest of it, I think Dejan Lovren plays at centre back for him. Obviously, remember him from Liverpool, 36 years old. But apart from that, you're like, this is a team who's I think the 50th in the coefficient ranking. You've got to be smoking a minute. It's got to be 3-4-0 minimum with that quality that you've got on the pitch.
Yeah, I know we're shit, but come on, we we could at least go.
365 days since we last won in Europe.
Bro.
That is crazy stats.
Jesus Christ! And it's like Old Trafford. Like, come on, like we have to. I'm not deluded to expect to win.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Amy Rourke saying, hi everyone, Nice just got a red card. Spurs got a red card. Oh, Nice, sorry. I thought it said Nice. Nice just got a red card. Spurs got a red card and a short-handed goal. I'm not keeping an eye on the other games, I have to be honest. I'll get the fixtures up in a minute, but that's interesting. Villa got beat last night as well, didn't they, against Club Brugge? Did you see that?
Yeah, Bruges, yeah. Did you see that weird? Tyrone Mings is weird, man.
Why?
He's weird. Because his dreads never grow. He's had the same.
I reckon he's one of those like every 2 days he gets it like like proper evenly, like.
When I had dreads, I couldn't wait for them to grow. Like I would always I was always this guy has had the same level. Like so how they say like don't trust the guy whose eyebrows and hair don't match. Stuff like that. Yeah. For me, it's like if your dreads don't grow, I can't trust you.
That is the sign of like a comic book villain, in it. If you've got different colour fucking eyebrows or whatever, bizarre behaviour.
That was weird by Mings, though. Yeah, picking the ball up.
Strange, very strange. Yeah, so FC20 are actually beating Nice, which is interesting. Nice have had a red card, and then Galatasaray beating Tottenham 3-2, and they've had who sent off? Will Lancashire. Never fucking heard of him. Never heard of him. Osman scored twice as well in that game. They're 3-2 up, so interesting. Yeah, look, we ain't got to be worried about them anyway. In where we're at, I think we're 21st, 24th. We are currently, because I think a couple of teams are playing at the moment, aren't they? So so we're 24th at the moment, and PAOK are 31st on 1 point. I can't believe I'm just saying that sentence. I'm like, what the fuck, innit? You know what I mean? I'm like, what? 24th in the Europa League, a couple of places below PAOK. We've dropped off. We have fell off so much. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Even if we win tonight, we go to 6 points, which is 14th, so level with Braga and Lyon. If we win,
finally some consistency. Are we 14th in the league? In
so you got 14th, 13th in the league, 14th, 13th in. So at least we know where we're at all around in your. It's just mad, absolutely mad. The new structure of the group stage means tonight is even more important because we need to be winning our home games. Starting 11 out. Yeah, the starting 11, we have been through it, James, but I'll whack it back on the screen for you just so you can see it. Onana, Dalot, Lindelof, Evans, Mazraoui, Ugarte, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro in the midfield, and then Ahmad, Højlund, and Alejandro Garnacho as your front three.
Not bad on paper.
On paper, it's all right. The famous words. But yeah, what do we, for you, when you've watched us in Europe, what are 3 things you would say that we need to improve on? What really concerns? I know there's a lot of stuff with United, and it's not just 3 things, but the biggest ones that you take away from when you watch it.
Yeah, so get your bingo card out. Off the ball, that's what we keep saying.
Yeah.
Off the ball, we need, Then creating chances. Taking our chances, because we've squandered no chances this season. It's been ridiculous. And the last thing, I want to see some good substitutions,
impactful.
Because impactful substitutions. It's been a while. I mean, they're now few and far between with United.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, when Ten Hag makes changes, everyone's always scratching their head, what's going on? I want to see some impactful substitutions. Just stuff that's supposed to be normal for people.
Yeah.
That's not normal for us. We've been starved with that. But off the ball, organized. Yeah, just an easy. I don't want much. Just an easy game, win the game. That's it. At the moment, like I said, I'm just more. I just want results. I'm not really focused on performance as of yet until the new manager comes in. But I just want Ruud to be able to steady the ship before Amorim comes in, so that we have, a good base to kind of take off from. So I don't want us to be far back behind by the time the new manager comes in.
I like how you mentioned in-game management there, because I thought that was something. I don't know if you watched the Sporting and City game, but obviously when it went in at half time, obviously City were all over and wanted the first 30, 40 minutes, you could say. And I felt like Amorim went in and he was like, that's the best they've got. That's literally the best. They've given us everything there. They're only 1-0 up. You go out here and play. And it's a couple of tweaks that he made that he spoke about after the game, where he dropped Trincao a little bit to cover Kovacic and a few other little tweaks, and it was effective. And it just scored instantly. First, second half, come out, go and win the game. They're the kind of things that you want to see in a game from a manager. It's a little bit difficult with Ruud at the moment because he's just came in, he's just took over, so it's a bit like, do I want to change too much? Do I want to, rock the boat too much? So I understand it from that perspective, but I do get it. Sometimes I'm watching it, and when we see it as fans, you're like, well, it's clearly an issue there. You need to change him, and it's stagnating, and they're not doing it, and you're like, why can we all see this as a collective, but the manager can't? Exactly. Always puzzled me with like that.
I think what, just to add to your point about the Sporting game, I think another thing that really impressed me was Gyökeres, after he missed that chance in the first half.
Second finish.
What we've seen at United is when players when like Casemiro and Liverpool, I know I've been defending him and all that, but when a player puts in a bad performance, he doesn't recover from that during the game.
Mentally weak.
It just tanks. Yeah, it just drops mentally. Yeah. And we even saw that with Haaland as well in the same game. But Gyökeres, the way he took the second goal, you'd literally forget that first chance even happened.
Bulletproof.
Yeah, literally just brushed it off and carried on. And for me, that was what impressed me. Now, whether it's to do with him or whether it was to do with how inspiration from the manager. I don't know, but I want that sort of not him necessarily, but I like that sort of mentality, and I'd like to see that in our team. So just to be able to pick up and keep going, because that was a clear chance. Like he had time.
Yeah.
It was just him and the goalkeeper, and he got it completely wrong. And normally what we've seen this season, like heads would drop and that's it. Game is gone for him. And he came back and just smashed it. So for me, I was really impressed.
It's weird though, because I feel like there's a naivety about this team in Europe, which is bizarre. Because when we did the preview, me, Shreyas, and Sam, I had a look, like purposely, at how many games these guys had played in Europe, right? So, Onana 63 games, people like De Ligt 53, Casemiro 97 appearances in Europe, Christian Eriksen's 102, Bruno 71. Rashford's made 72 appearances in Europe. Like these guys are very, very experienced.
Even Lindelof probably has made quite a few with Benfica.
He's probably up there. You go around to the others, like even Mazraoui 44, Dalot 40. Like they've all played quite a lot of games in Europe, but they never play like that. They look like a brand new, fresh team, young, who are not confident at all. And it just, I find it strange. It's like almost like a European cloud that's over us, because we've been poor in Europe for a long, long time. A long time. I even went through the last 10 places that we finished. And it was group stage, quarterfinal, group stage, round of 16, group stage. Shocking. We've been shit in Europe for time.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. But I think some of that in recent years have to do with leadership. I think leadership is the big thing, whether that's on the pitch or from the sidelines. But I think we need that, because what that shows us, what you've just told us now, is that experience, even though it counts, it can only take you so far. Leadership, direction, just good coaching, man. Honestly, and that's what we're hoping for with the new manager. But we can only just wait and see, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, back to the comments. Sorry, please do leave a like on the video for us if you can, and subscribe to the channel. 17 off 7,400. So if there is anyone new and you enjoy the content, then you know what to do. It just takes 2 seconds and it's absolutely free. Game management is crucial. How many games in Europa have we scored a couple of goals, switched off, and ended up bottling the game? That's just what we do. That's just associated with us.
Sevilla.
Every game. Sevilla, Copenhagen, Galatasaray, Bayern Munich. Like it's happening in every game almost, from what I can remember. Garnacho had best start linking up the ball, hogging little turd. I get it. I get it, man.
People need to, like, we've. It's clear. The message is clear. He's probably received the message now from the fans. Let's because that was all of us. Let's give him another chance and see what he does. Like he has to, this players go through this, he'll grow through it, and then he has to learn. But let's cut him some slack, just a little bit.
Yeah, oh man, that last game, I've never lost me rag with a player as much as when I was watching him. I was like, oh, come on, bro. I was doing in my room what Casemiro was doing on the pitch, screaming. Like, actually, even my girlfriend was watching. She was like, "Why is he not passing it?" I was like, "I don't know, because he gets into really good areas, and he's like, he just wants to constantly shoot all the time." I'm like, "Bro, find one of your attackers, man. They're picking up good spaces. Rashford and Højlund were picking up good areas, and he never squares it. He never, that pass that I love. When he fizz it right across the front post, like Trent and De Bruyne are amazing at it." That near post where it's got that much power, the defender can't really react.
Can't even get it,
We never ever do that, crosses, ever. It's annoying.
Did you see the one where it was him and Ahmed, and he could literally just play Ahmed in?
Yeah, outside the foot, into it.
Yeah, easy.
Fucking annoying, man.
Oh yeah,
so annoying.
I mean, for me, it's like when players have bad games, I want to see the next performance, and that would tell me everything I need to know. Like if you've learned from that, or
Yeah, exactly.
Or if they're just stubborn,
Yeah, because young players are going to do that, especially wingers. They're going to make mistakes. I get it. I understand it completely. And I just don't personally like, I spoke about this on the afternoon show. I don't personally like this Ronaldo kind of narrative that like, oh, well, Ronaldo was like that. Listen, Cristiano Ronaldo was a one-in-a-generational fucking talent, like, to replicate what he's done.
To be fair, Nick.
Ronaldo, he was frustrating. Yeah.
I remember Ronaldo, he was frustrated. And he wasn't this... I didn't think he was going to be the player he is now. I'm not going to lie to you. Like Cristiano Ronaldo,
at the time,
I knew he was going to be. Yeah, I knew he was going to be special, but I never saw him going to be like the this. I mean, do you know how many games, how many seasons it took him to actually score 20 goals?
A good few. Yeah, a good few.
Yeah, he wasn't like a goal scorer. All he used to do is take the ball, just hog the ball, and just piss people off. And so yeah, I get it. I know they're not on the same level, but Ronaldo was the difference with that. There was a steady improvement. Ronaldo, steady. Every single game he was better than last game. Every single game he kept getting better and better and better. So we need to see that from people like Garnacho. But I remember that with Ronaldo, he was frustrating as well, annoying.
Do you know what the funny thing is? Can you remember the person who bollocked Ronaldo for not putting crosses into the box? Who went mad at him in training? Ruud van Nistelrooy. So he must be watching those plays, those attacking phases now. You know what I'm saying? And he's like getting PTSD for when Ronaldo was doing it. And he's like, play it into the fucking striker when you get in those areas. Feed him. I mean, right, Garnacho's our top scorer, or at least most goal contributions, I think, at the moment. Højlund's got 1 goal. I'm not saying it's all because of Garnacho, but I'm saying it's a big part of it when your players alongside you are not supplying you. I think it's tricky for him. So, hopefully with Ahmad in the side, we'll see a bit more balance with that. So, yeah, there's still plenty of stuff to get into, but I think we're going to leave it next couple of minutes. We'll do a couple of score predictions. I'll read out some quotes from the manager. Ruud van Nistelrooy asked when he'll know about his United future. He said, I focus on this only. Hopefully I'll find out soon. What is more important is getting the players back to their best. There's no time for me to make big changes. Yeah, literally what we said before. My relationship with the team is very good, and an assistant manager, your relationship is even closer with than the manager. That helps me a lot now. On Casemiro and Ugarte, said they can communicate very well together. That's important for them as they look for the moment to press. I remember Ten Hag saying something about that, wasn't he? You know, when he was like, it might take a couple of weeks. He weren't saying because of fitness. It was more like a communication thing and getting used to the patterns and rhythm of the team. Yeah. I specifically can remember him saying that. On the front line, he's saying they're young, they can be better, they will be better when results come, confidence comes, and that's a big part of it. I think confidence is such a big thing in football. When confidence is low, when the results are against you, this affects performance and style. So I think they're going to get some confidence tonight. I think they've got to score 3 or 4 goals against PAOK, minimum for me. If it's a 1-0 on, it's a bit boring. I'm like, you give us nothing there because you should be smashing this team. So with that being said, Chive, do you want to give us your score predictions?
I'm going to go 2-0.
Okay. Do you fancy anyone to score?
I'm going to go Casemiro. And yeah, Casemiro and so on.
Casemiro. There you go. Put all your money on that. Anything. Sell your house. Sell everything. Casemiro to score United 2-0. Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, Bart saying 2-2 draw. I hope not. I hope not, because that review is going to be dull as fuck if we do. But anyway, we shall leave it at that. Thank you very much. Oh shit, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't mind it ever. 3-0. 3-0. It's got to be
3-0.
Bare minimum. If it's anything less than that, I'll be disappointed. And I'm being genuine about that. It should be 3-0, with all due respect. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out. And yeah, we'll be live after the game, people. So make sure you come and join us. Enjoy the game, more importantly. And yeah,